important. Continue to grow, continue to lead, and defend without fouling. Tonight, we'll keep an eye on that. We talked about Noah Fernandez, the transfer third stop. Graduate student Rich Kelly has been brilliant. So has tonight. We'll keep an eye on that. We talked about Noah Fernandez, the transfer third stop. Graduate student Rich Kelly has been brilliant. So has Trent Buttrick with a huge game against his former team, Penn State, last time out for UMass. Watch Kobe McEwen, key player for Randy Ray. Long time, great coach at Weber State. The all-time wins leader at Weber State and in Big Sky Conference history. Here we go. Game 2 is underway. Fernandez, the handle. Here's Buttrick coming off that massive game against Penn State, his former team. Feeds Fernandez for 2.
Buttrick's been playing such great offense. Gets the ball in the low block as a decoy. Good cut in the lane. Beautiful big pass in the lane.
Pretty nice two-man game to begin things, right?
Absolutely.
McEwen, team's leading scorer, 18.5 points a game. The transfer from Marquette and Utah State. Dylan Jones, tough off-balance shot, and Buttrick the rebound.
Well, Buttrick is really interesting. He's a kid that played 4 years at Penn State, averaged 1.9 points a game over 4 years. Most he ever scored in 1 year was 3 points a game average, and has just dominated now that he's at UMass, just playing really good offense.
Kelly way off. Weber State. Jones can't convert on a really good pass down low. Here's Fernandez using the court speed. Nice layup and a good start for UMass. Dominguez.
Well, you see how fast Fernandez got back in down the court, getting the ball inside, making it easy for Dominguez.
Sigu, Sissoko, Jawara. One of the top players for Weber State, not involved yet. Blocking foul called a moment ago. On the drive of the basket there by J.J. Overton. Lamar and Randy Ray. We had a great chat with him yesterday. He talked about the grit. A lot of coaches said that during practices yesterday being so important. Interesting A-10 road swing here, back-to-back games. They won in Pittsburgh at Duquesne in their last game after a non-D1 win to begin the year, and then take on UMass tonight.
And it's interesting because Randy Ray was talking about, hey, we got to find out who we are. A lot of new guys, new faces. What's a rotation going to be? We're going to be able to be gritty and tough.
Jones hangs and hits. First 2 for the freshman. Averaging a double-double. 11 points and 12 rebounds a game in the early going for the Wildcats. Just 2 games. They beat Western Colorado by 40. Non-D1 game. Then Duquesne, impressive, on the road by 4.
And they were down early in that game, but they were able to withstand the defense of Duquesne and pull out a win on the road.
Weeks the miss. Open 3. Not this time. Miss from Jones, who gathers. Good feed. McEwen up. Can't slam it. Interferes with his own jam attempt.
It's a nice play by Carlson, knocking the rebound back out to have a second chance at the basket. You lay that in, you win. You know, you really don't need to dunk that. I mean, you know, it looks good on the highlight reel, but you got to put that ball in the basket. That's a really good pass inside out. Got to knock it down.
McEwen, the senior from Toronto, team's leading scorer. Just amazing that chat we had with Buttrick last night. Literally play that's out of bounds off of Fernandez, who doesn't like it. He told us, look, I just didn't get in the rotation. And the coaches told me I would, so I stayed at Penn State for the 4 years with a COVID extra season last year. Want to make the transfer, and he's getting minutes and producing for UMass.
And I think you learn, you know, when you're a senior, like he was at Penn State, and he got here and started talking to Coach McCall, and they had a different conversation than you would when you're an underclassman.
Cody Carlson is fouled.
UMass foul is on number 0, Trent Buttrick. His first.
Keys to the game, sponsored by St. Pete Clearwater. UMass has got to move the ball. They can't stick. You know, and Weber State has to have transition defense. They can't let Fernandez and Kelly get out in transition and make easy buckets.
Jones the miss, Jones the follow for 2. That's why he's averaging 11 points and 12 rebounds a game. Here's Kelly, third stop, Quinnipiac, Boston College, and UMass. Boy, it's just transfer city. That's the world we're in with a portal, Wolf, you right? I mean,
and the ball was out of bounds on a Marquette transfer.
Right. So many players in this event. Really had interesting chats yesterday with Coach Ray, who at Weber State, I mean, he's old school. He's like, I don't like this. I wish we could get a 4-year player. We could recruit high school kids and assume they're going to stay for 4 or 5 years with a red shirt. And he said the key is get old, stay old, but it's all about transfers now. Fernandes way off the mark.
Well, he said 2 years ago they had a tough year. He said, what do I do? I'm watching all these other teams doing it. I'm old school, like you said. I don't want to change. I don't want to go to transfer portal. But now he feels that that's going to be 75% of his newcomers will be transfers, 25% freshmen.
Wow. Life has changed in college basketball recruiting, no doubt. 10 to shoot in the break zone here. McEwen up top, 7 to shoot. Sissoko Jawara thinks 3. Whoa, thud, way off. Rebound Dominguez. Here's Kelly on the move. Floats, it's off the glass. That's a nice move by Rich Kelly.
But if you watch Rich Kelly, that was planned off the glass. He's a guy that will do that. He'll come down the middle of the court and use the glass. Very, very fundamental player.
Overton responds. J.J. Overton, the senior. Third stop. Speaking of transfers, Utah Valley, Saddleback, and he was at Ogden at Weber State.
These guys are really getting an education in geography. He's from California. Just traveling around.
Fernandes, Wichita State transfer, right? I mean, another one. 10 to shoot. Buttrick. Weeks. Back iron miss. Davistar at UMass. Sissoko Jawara pulls up this time. Wildcats settle down a little bit. Offensive foul. Sigu Sissoko Jawara picks up his first. We are going to go to break from beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. Oh, the Dolphins at St. Pete Clearwater area, situated in what's called the Pinellas Peninsula, bounded on one side of the Gulf of Mexico, the other by Tampa Bay. The peninsula home to some 24 distinct communities, a population of under 1 million residents. And it's just beautiful. And you know the only state in our great country that is a peninsula is
Florida.
Florida.
I'm a resident. So are you.
Other side of the state. TJ Weeks and Fernandes with 10 to shoot for UMass. The kick for Kelly off the bench. Short this time. Fernandes trying to keep that alive. Into the game is Zaire Porter, the junior from the Bronx, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast.
Nice move by Porter. Going out of bounds. Found a UMass player to throw it off of. Little token pressure. 1-2-2. Full court press. Trying to slow up Weber State.
Dominguez out. McCory in for the first time. Alex Chu from England is in. Wow, that was physical and loud with an offensive foul on the big center from Great Britain.
And watch his offhand. His left arm, he just pushes him down. That was a no-brainer. Watch that left arm right here. Boom. That's. I could have called that. I could have been a referee.
You still can.
I have no desire. I don't like black and white shirts.
Weeks. Drano from deep.
It's a big shot for Weeks. Got to get him going. He's got a nice outside jump shot. Got to be smart, though. Matt McCall talked about making sure the ball doesn't stick. That's a good swing pass across the court, changing sides of the floor, which we talk about all the time. Rotating from side to side will get you open shots. Weeks able to knock it down.
Dan Tyrone, 1,000-plus career points in the 1990s. 4 straight NCAA tournament appearances for the Minutemen. They ruled the A-10 with John Calipari, who recently had a statue unveiled outside the Mullen Center on campus in Amherst. Nice take for 2 to the basket. Overton has got 5.
That Mullen Center is one of the nicer places.
Love it. Love it.
A lot of history there. A lot of good teams.
Greg Jones in the game. Big one against UMBC in the opener. 10 rebounds off the bench for Matt McCall. 9 to shoot. Kelly had stripped 2. Loose change. Overton's on the move. Porter thinking 3-ball from the wing. Splash.
We talked about in the opener. He's got to get hot. You know, he's shooting 25% from the three-point line. Last year was 41%. They need his outside jump shot to open up the inside for Chu and the other guys.
Third stop for Porter as well. It's pretty common now. I mean, third and fourth stops are not unusual. Kelly's third stop is UMass. This short from deep. Rebound from McEwen. 21 points. All threes from McEwen against Duquesne and Pittsburgh. Another nice win. Pass down low. Good save, Overton. Jones through traffic. It's too physical. Blocking foul on UMass.
He took one extra step on that because Porter was wide open. And, you know, both of these teams, you move the ball, you're going to get open shots. And you'll see here, good ball movement out of transition. Porter takes time, sets himself up, knocks down the three ball.
Weeks, well, if he picks up his second, so a really hot start for TJ Weeks, but he's to the bench now, and Fernandez returns for UMass. Went for the Minutemen in the A-10 tournament a year ago. It'll be a rough and rugged Atlantic 10. Wow, loaded. McEwen up top for Chu. Porter thinking three ball. Almost 2 for 2 right off the bench. Does everything to go in for him, but a foul called on UMass on the box out.
You're boxing out. You'll check. Buttrick's down there. Who did they get the call on?
McCrory. Yeah. Cairo McCrory is the guilty party there. Already 5 team fouls. UMass physical early. Kelly on defense. Almost another one for Porter.
But I like the fact that they're hitting, making the extra pass. And Porter's open. He's going to have to shoot that. You know, historically, he's a good three-point shooter. He'll get it back.
C.J. Kelly for Jones. Wow. Rattles in deep three, top of the key. Second three of the year, only 2 for 3.
Well, Rhino Matt McCall said in the game against Yale when they lost by 20, he said we didn't move the ball very well. We had 142 passes, the least amount of passes in his career.
Nice feed, shoot to Jones for 2.
He said, but when we beat Penn State, we had 220. And we had less possessions.
Can you imagine that?
And so
that's a huge difference.
So look for that tonight. You want to make sure they're making extra passes.
In other words, don't rush possessions.
No.
Fernandez thought about a 3. Ultra quick guard. Behind the back pass. Nice catch. But Jones had a block. McEwen on the move. A little Euro step. Jones, the rebound. Things a little sloppy here. Good effort, Porter. Save McEwen. Lobs Chu, but he can't finish the hammer. Nice pass.
I'll tell you what, if the Wildcats lose by 4, they're going to be upset because they missed 2 wide open point-blank dunks.
Kelly is fearless. That's way short. And right back to Weber State. It's getting sloppy both sides here, Wolfie. How do you settle things down?
Right now, it's got to be in Fernandez's hands for the Minutemen. You know, Kelly's out of the game. Those are the 2 leaders. They have to take it on themselves to get. Oh, Kelly is in the game. I didn't even see him in the corner. You got to get those 2 guys playing off of each other. They're both point guards. They're both leaders. Matt McCall said that Kelly is one of the most coachable kids that he knows. Ask questions. This is a kid you want to lead your team.
Illegal screen is called against Weber State, leading us to a timeout.
Yeah. You have to hit that outside jump shot. The 2 leaders for the Minutemen playing off. Care of the ball, valuing the ball, and moving it around a little bit more.
Reigning Big Sky Conference Freshman of the Year, Dylan Jones. 2 games, 2 double-doubles. 12 and 13 at career best rebounds Monday in the win over Duquesne. It's only a couple games in, but he's 12th in the nation in rebounding. That's pretty good.
But you look at him, and he's built like a linebacker in football. I mean, he's a strong guy.
Butcher kicks Kelly in the corner, can't convert. The rebound pulled down by Carlson. Dyson Kohler's in the game for the first time as well here for Weber State.
Well, UMass is going to have to get the ball to Buttrick a little bit. He has not really been involved in the game. He hasn't taken a shot yet.
Soho Jawara kicks it out. Porter looking for the one-on-one move. Kohler for Carlson, 8 to shoot.
Good defense so far by the Minutemen.
Overton lost it. Buttrick for Kelly. Rich Kelly lays it in.
Sometimes your offense, you can get out of the defense, and that was really good half-court defense. The shot clock was running down. Weber State didn't handle it well, but UMass did a great job defending.
Oh, a really nice backdoor cut, but did not finish for the lefty layup try. It's right back to UMass here. Good ball movement, Kelly. Fernandez, the extra. This ball movement has been great. Kelly not this time. A long-range shot. C.J. Kelly.
You know what? Matt McCall was over there cheering. He didn't care about the missed shot. He was excited about the ball movement. That shot will go.
Nice save there, movie by Rich Kelly. Buttrick's been a little quiet. Up, right on cue. Here it goes. Too strong this time for the top scorer for UMass.
But I think that shot is always going to be there. You know, that's what you're talking about. Moving a little bit more. Let everybody touch it. That's how you get your offense going.
Carlson jump hook, but he can't convert. Nice wall-up defense there from Buttrick. Rebound for Kelly. C.J. Kelly takes to the hoop. 4-2. A nice move and finish with the left.
But Rhino, this is why they're playing better. The ball is moving, so the defense has to move. So there's going to be guys open because they know that the ball's going to move on defense. And now they're getting open shots.
Porter. Through traffic, lays it in. Tough move for Zaire Porter. A whistle after the play.
How about Porter?
Technical call on Porter. Is called on Porter.
I think what happened, in my mind, the air got really, really tight because he's used to shooting those threes. He got under the basket, didn't know what to do. And it was a technical foul. I think he thought he got fouled on that.
He sure did. One of the end one. Kelly shoots the techs here. And has one more, and Porter to the bench. 8 early points for Rich Kelly. We are playing 3 games in 4 days for each team. Great chance for these coaches to see what they've got. Who will rise to get more playing time? You put them in big tests like UNCG just had for Mike Jones. And Randy Ray has tonight for Weber State.
Love talking to Randy Ray. I mean, what a legend.
Fun.
We've been to the school for a long, long time, 16 years, and you know, obviously the most wins in the Big Sky Conference, but he's willing to change as an older guy. Loves it.
Buttrick feeds. Mitchell just in the game. Walker can't hit from 3. Really good ball movement though for UMass. Sisoho Jawara has been quiet so far. McEwen trying to make some noise. Rattles it in. It's a 2-pointer.
Big shot by McEwen. You know, you talk about Walker, and his dad, Samaki Walker, was a great player, but Walker, the reason why he plays is because of his attitude, his energy, and hard work. Coach McCall loves him. But he was 4 for 21 last year from the three-point line. And against Penn State, he had back-to-back threes. So this is a kid who's bringing a lot of energy to the program.
Speaking of which, Walker, the weak side rebound, the stick-back try, but before the shot, he was fouled. Buttrick was way too strong on his baseline move.
See the drive into the basket by Buttrick. Really has been a non-factor so far in the first half. Good rebound by Walker.
First on Kohler. He's out for now. Buttrick, we had a good chat with him yesterday about playing his former senior Penn State. He said, man, it was awesome. First half, a little tight. Second half, he was letting it flow. I mean, ready to roll. He had a huge game, especially in half number 2, as UMass blew out the Nittany Lions. Walker, deep shot.
That's big because he's not known as a three-point shooter based off of last year, but he has really taken his time with that jump shot. You can tell he's worked on it over the summer.
Kelly makes the steal, but first a blocking call. That's against Rich Kelly and the UMass bench incredulous.
UMass foul assessed to number 22, Rich Kelly. His first.
You'll see him right. This is up at the top of your screen. You'll see Walker looking for the ball, coming out. Able to pop out, take his time, and knock down that jump shot.
Team's third leading scorer, Sisoho Jawara. Quiet so far. Maybe that changes. Making noise, though, is Overton for 3.
J.J. Overton.
Second triple of the game for J.J. Overton.
to your point in the first game, a lot of left-handers. I mean, the parents said, hey, listen, left-hand is good. We're going to switch a lot of kids over.
It's kind of amazing, isn't it?
A lot of them in this game.
Mitchell tries the basket. Fort Myers, Florida native. Matt McCall said he plays so hard in practice, he's earned his court time. McEwen way short, just grazes the 12. So a good example of someone who works so hard and you get the court time as a result.
And I think that's important, especially early in the year, setting the tone that this is how you get playing time. You know, the coaches we've talked to, all 6 of them, have started talking to us about the rotations and about what's going to earn his guys playing time. We've talked about Walker. We've talked about, you know, a lot of these guys on the court that have earned that time.
Rich Kelly weaves through traffic. Fernandez, but first an offensive foul. That's number 2 on Kelly.
Back-to-back fouls on Kelly. It's one of those things you just got to stop, and it's really hard to do, but it was a good look cross-court.
Rich Kelly out, C.J. Kelly in, the transfer from Albany, who led the Great Danes in scoring last year, 14.5 points a game in the America East. Another newcomer for UMass. He had 3 20-plus point games for the Dane train. Good feed. Good finish, Carlson.
Cody Carlson.
Great look inside.
Kelly launches. The screen from Buttrick buries it.
C.J. Kelly.
You can just tell that this is a team that after the Yale game, they decided, hey, we're going to look for other guys. And they've been able to find open guys on the perimeter. That time the recipient was C.J. Kelly.
Overton, yeah.
Thanks, open.
For J.J. Overton.
I mean, you may as well take it, and you may as well try to bank it. Whatever works, Wolfie. Whatever works. 3 threes for Overton here in the first half. Buttrick, fearless. Right up, right in.
3 for Trent Buttrick.
I think if you're a coach on either team, you got to say, guys, extend to the jump shooter. Get a hand out there as you see a great steal by Fernandez.
Fernandez, the take for 2. Timeout. Weber State and Randy Ray.
That's why Fernandez is so important to this team. He can look.
Weber State, Jake Hainer, tremendous quarterback. Nevada's Carson Strong. Now there's a QB, Wolfie. There's a QB who's going to be a major impact in the NFL. I'm going to say within 2-3 years. Probably first-round pick this year.
Well, the Mountain West has had a lot of good quarterbacks.
Loaded.
I mean, obviously, Al coming out, Wyoming. Some really good gunslingers.
Weber State, 5 of the last 6. 3 for 3 for UMass. Team's heating up here. Overton the take. No lefty finish this time. Carlson, fresh 20. Overton again tries.
I think they got to put that 3-ball away and get it inside. Try to get you a couple shots in the paint. Try to get something going, especially when Jones is in there. He can get in that paint. He's a big enough guy to get easier shots than shooting behind the 3.
Wildcats 4 of 9 from 3. UMass 6 of 16 from beyond the arc. Carlson lost it, turned back over to the Minutemen.
2 more dribbles for Jones to that side to get a better angle. In order to feed the post, it's an art. You have to understand angles. And Chu had the guy on his back. There was nobody else to pass it to get him a better angle. That means Jones got to take the dribble over there and try to get it inside.
Javon Garcia, sophomore, Columbus, Ohio in. Matt McCall's UMass team here. Well, Coach told us he was going to use a lot of guys. Going to be a long bench. Not a short bench when you get into the deep in A10 play, right?
They just want to make it fun for us. A lot of guys.
It is. Jones for Kelly. 10 to shoot here for CJ. Greg Jones for Fernandez. The pick from Jones, 3 to shoot. Step back, launches, 3, short.
So that's where you have to do a better job of time management, better movement around the perimeter. Get a shot.
McEwen open. Hits a 3.
3 for Kobe McEwen.
At that time, you know, there was nobody out on the perimeter to put a hand out there. Jones just did not even get out. McEwen wide open.
It's his first 3 tonight. He had 5 threes in the win. against the Dukes of Duquesne earlier this week. Jones on the rim, front iron miss. J.J. Overton controls for Weber State. Nice move. Hangs. Jones on a contact, but no whistle. And it's out of bounds. There was body on body there. Letting them play tonight.
Tell you what. Thought something should have been called.
I thought it should have been a foul.
Hey.
What do I know?
That's why I'm not an official.
Right. Carlson up top, taking free ball. Yeah, the big guy delivers.
Back in the game. I mean, and it has been 3 balls that got him back in the game. I just think that you really need to try to sustain that offensive presence by getting the ball inside and having more balanced attack.
Garcia for Dominguez. 1:02 to go in our first half here from St. Pete. Game 1 went to UNCG in a great game with Green Bay. Trip, baseline. Foul is called on Weber State and Sissoko Joara.
Sissoko Joara just bailed out UMass. As you see, the good ball movement. Carlson, nobody's out there. Just playing horse by himself. But on UMass's offensive side of the court, they have stopped moving the ball inside. Yeah, they're moving on the perimeter, but all 5 guys are on the perimeter. You need to have something going to the basket.
Sissoko Joara from Spain takes a seat with another foul. That we'll see in the rest of this first half. 90 seconds fading first half clock. Garcia the take. Foul.
So, Rhino, the last 2 possessions for the Minutemen, both times Garcia driving, both times fouls. You have to do that. You have to test that defense. You have to get in the paint. You can't just stay perimeter.
6-0 run for the Wildcats over the last minute 11. Almost 3 minutes of a scoring drought for UMass. 2 shots, Garcia. Coming up on AT&T 5G at the half, we'll learn more about this beautiful area of St. Pete and Clearwater that we're joined this week with the man who knows it better than anyone. Plus, highlights and stats. Stay with us for AT&T 5G at the half. Everything to go down there. The second free throw for Garcia.
UMass has been really cold the last 3 or 4 minutes. How about that? 10 combined players have made threes. Not a lot of inside presence in this game so far.
Garcia is first, team 8. At the line for Weber State.
Minute 18 to go first half.
1-1.
McEwen hits first.
7-0 run for Weber State.
Substitution.
You get the feeling we're going to have a lot of close games here, Steve.
And I think, it's good for this tournament. I think it's good because you want to be tested. Weber State called a timeout down 36-20 or 32-26, and UMass has come out really stale from that timeout. They need to get the ball in the paint.
Kohler, the freshman, Draper, Utah. Cal Poly transfers in. Just over a minute to go first half. Overplay, near steal for Jones. Buttrick passes. Dominguez finishes. What a feed for Trent Buttrick.
Getting the ball inside once again. Big man, dribble, penetrate. He has not scored in this game. Well, he has 3 points.
We talked about the UMBC win. Got pummeled by Yale, the Ivy League. One of their toughest games in a long time in Amherst. Then the bounce back. Yeah, the huge win over Penn State of the Big Ten.
It was a road game for UMass. Yale's really good. If you watch that game, they didn't miss. They played great defense, and UMass didn't really move the ball at all in that game.
Final minute and a half. Kohler, high-low feed. Wow, look at the ball movement. McEwen a fake. Drives the paint. Hangs. Offensive foul.
That was great ball movement, but in the lane, good defense by the Minutemen.
His first, team 8.
See Kelly just stepping up and taking that charge. And all the ball movement was around the perimeter, too, for Weber State. Wildcats need to do the same thing. Get the ball inside.
First foul, Kobe McEwen of Weber State. 20-second differential. Game clock, shot clock. Fernandez steps back. Not this time. Long rebound, grabs it. Wanted a foul, doesn't get it. Kelly resets. Fernandez creates. C.J. Kelly launches, rattles out on him. And Porter has the rebound. Shot clock turned off here into the first half. Play comes in from Randy Ray and the Weber State bench. Launched right away. Porter hits. Deep three.
Lots of time.
Final moment. Shot Fernandez. Misfires. And that's it for the opening 20. Weber State by a bucket, Steve. Another great game tonight.
Zay Porter. You have a little downtime. You get there a little bit early, stay a little bit later. But the games were all competitive. It was fun. It's great to interact with a lot of the young guys that do play in college basketball.
Let's see what the adjustments were at halftime. Randy Ray, 16th year, Coach Damian Lillard to greatness at Weber State before his 6-time NBA All-Star career unfolded. They were very close, text each other almost every day. Carlson got free. Really good feed and finish.
Randy Ray is a smart coach. Halftime, he said, guys, we're not getting enough balls in the paint via the pass. First play down, get you an open layup.
Buttrick, quiet first half, trying to change that second half, but cannot finish on the drive to the goal. McEwen, block, Buttrick.
See if they get the ball back inside to Carlson again. Two possessions, two open shots in the lane. That is exactly what UMass has to do now. They have to try to get the ball inside, get Buttrick the ball, get him some touches.
Overton leads all scorers, Wolfie, with 13 so far. Buttrick, same sort of move, baseline, offensive foul. Trent Buttrick.
So Soho, you just stepped up in there and took the charge because it was an easy drive to the basket. Buttrick got right around Carlson, and that's Buttrick's second foul.
That big win over Penn State in Amherst, the first win for UMass over a Big Ten team since 2013 when they beat Nebraska. That was a huge night for UMass on many levels, especially Trent Buttrick against his old team.
You know, Buttrick had a great second half against UMBC, as you see the help in the
one
lane.
for Carlson, Steve. Wow.
3 straight possessions. You know, you knew it was at a halftime change of strategy. Get the ball inside the paint.
Livery. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Jersey Mike's, a sub above, and by Visit St. Pete Clearwater, home to America's best beaches. To plan your next getaway, go to visitstpeteclearwater.com.
Fun-loving Clearwater Beach, voted the #1 beach in America by TripAdvisor in 2018 and 2019. Sugar Sand Beach, as we talked about with Steve Hayes at halftime, it is just gorgeous here. This free throw there, Carlson was fouled before the break, so cannot complete the three-point play. Here's UMass trying to get on track here.
Right now, they got to look at Dominguez and Jones. Jones is down low. He's strong. He's a little smaller than Carlson, but look to get him the ball inside, or you can do it by the dribble. Good move by Fernandez.
Sweet floater, Fernandez. Team's second leading scorer, transfer to Wichita State. That was silky smooth.
And, you know, when you have so many new players, you do have times when you fall asleep, so to speak, and that's right now where UMass is. They have to start picking up the defensive end now. Don't allow that dribble drive. That's something that Matt McCall talked about. And they also have to try to score inside, so got to flip the script here.
J.J. Overton, Steve, is 6 of 7 from the field, 15 points. To lead all scorers tonight. Nice finish off the glass. Jones establishes position on Carlson, but lost the rock.
You can't dribble down there. You're smaller. You got to take it straight up. You had the easy 2. You can't piddle around in the post.
Piddle around in the post?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll write that one down. It's good.
Carlson is walled up. I mean, he didn't do anything special, but that's what Jones has got. They got to get the ball to Jones, but he's got to take it straight up.
12 to shoot. Good overplay there by Fernandez. TJ Kelly is back in. And TJ Weeks Jr., the redshirt sophomore, takes a seat for Matt McCall in the Minutemen. Inbounds pass, and yes, finally, Sisoho Jawara has got a bucket. One of the top offensive players from Weber State. Really good inbounds play designed by Randy Ray.
Somebody's going to come out of the game for that. You cannot turn your back on the guy taking the ball to bounce. A good drive to the basket that time by Fernandez. But you've got to get other guys involved on the inside. Everything right now is coming from the perimeter with a dribble dive by Fernandez.
8 points Fernandez tonight. Overton leading the way, all scorers. The lefty to the hoop for 2 more. They got shoved to the court, but no call.
J.J. Overton.
What a game he's having tonight.
He is left-handed.
No doubt. Another southpaw.
I know. It's
Fernandez right to the basket. Missed the easy one.
But that's a strong hand. You
for him.
You push him the other way. Push him the other way. Don't let him go to his strong hand.
Substitution for UMass, number 35, Demachi Walker.
You see right here. I mean, Jones has got to get over on that left arm. Don't let him go straight to the basket like that on a strong arm.
Pretty easy, wasn't it?
Very easy. It's like what I do to you. You're left-handed. Do that, take you in the post.
I can't post you up, man. You're way too big for me. I got to use my quickness against you when we play one-on-one.
Get that quick left-handed release.
Overton, smooth. He's got 19 tonight.
He has been very efficient. One missed shot on the afternoon. And right now, there's no answer for Overton by the Minutemen.
12 points, the largest lead of the game here for the Wildcats. Kelly trying to change that right here. Kick out Fernandez. Thinking 3. Hits a 3.
Fernandez has had the last 7 points. You got to get somebody else helping him out.
Double figures for Fernandez. Overton has a new career high here, Wolfie. 19. McEwen, another one. Wow. Splashes a deep 3. Second triple of the game.
Tell you what, McEwen's got a pretty release. Really quick. Good extension.
Overton's prior career best was this year against Western Colorado at 18 points in the opener, non-Division I opponent. But man, he has been something tonight. Head-to-head with UMass of the A-10. Kelly, not this time back home. Overton spin move, lost it. Fernandez caused it and finishes it.
Noah Fernandez.
This guy's dynamic.
I mean, he really is. He's doing it on both ends of the court. We talked about it in the open. He can not only help you on the offensive end, but he creates offense from his defense. UMass with the zones really just trying to eliminate the inside play of Weber State. Make him shoot the jumper.
Trying to get physical. Works that out. So Jawara can't hit the lefty 15-footer.
With Fernandez playing so well right now, so you can get guys open. I mean, they got a favor to him and look for him defensively. So he's got to facilitate he and Kelly to get guys open. As you look at the numbers for Fernandez, you just see Overton sitting on the bench. He has been outstanding. 8 for 9, 3 for 3 from three-point range, 4 rebounds, 19 points. Really, he's had a solid game so far.
Also, solid season.
Yeah.
18-plus points, 2 of the first 3 for Weber State this year. Wildcats the Big Sky by 10. Chew back into the game. 6'11" freshman from England. Soho Jawara, lefty pullback. Too strong back iron.
Say this again. You still got to look for Chew down low. I thought Carlson did a good job when he was in there.
C.J. Kelly to Rich Kelly. Just a tough pass to catch, and it's out of bounds.
Wildcat basketball.
7th turnover of the night for UMass. There's 10 a game entering play tonight. Stars have a total of 47 turnovers in 3 games out of this one. That's a lot. McEwen hits.
It doesn't get any easier for UMass. This tournament's going to be, they're going to have to play 3 games. But, they have a lot of games they're going to have to be playing in the next week. They play next Wednesday and Saturday, so they're going to play 6 games in 16 days.
Second 3 of the night there, Wolfie, for Kelly. Missed the UMBC season opener. Played against Yale in that loss, and then Penn State against the Big Ten squad, that big win. Trying to find Chu, regains baseline. 5 to shoot. Good feed. Moving without the ball is how you do it. And a chance for a 3-point play for Dylan Jones.
The big fella Chu down on the low block doesn't have it. You're going to see somebody coming right in the lane right there. Is it Jones? That's a smart play by Jones. Realize that Chu was in trouble on the baseline.
Number 3, Colton Mitchell.
Good basketball IQ.
Gabaji Walker, who missed part of last year with an injury for UMass. He started 6 of the first 7 games of last season before he went down, was hurt. The guilty party on that foul, his first. Dylan Jones, Mr. Double-Double. Completes the 3-point play.
Getting everybody in the game. Fuller now in. Number 44.
Wildcats by a dozen. Butcher trying to change that. Deep shot, rattles in a 3. Minutemen really needed that one.
They do. Right now, the whole offense has been Fernandez. Somebody else has got to step up and take shoulder some of that offensive burden.
Single-digit Weber State lead. They need Buttrick and Fernandez to catch fire here, no doubt. They're going to catch Weber State.
Take him out. He missed a shot. 8 for 10 now.
Is that bad? Yeah. Career high 19 for J.J. Overton, but not that time back on a miss.
Good
Look at the ball movement. A lot of travel.
But that's a smart play. Buttrick making the extra pass. Just got to take advantage of it.
Colton Mitchell walks off the UMass bench. Weber State 58, UMass 40. Got some outlets here. Is it possible?
You got your coffee underneath you, brother. You might need a bathroom break.
Late night.
You're
ready.
I'm warmed up, man. Watching these guys play.
Wildcats, Big Sky looking good here. Looking to go 3-0. UNCG won their game tonight to begin the tournament. And they got a 4-0 start. Foul call.
You know what? Coach Ray told us that 2 years ago they were struggling. He decided, I'm done with this. He had 9 newcomers. 7 were transfers out of the portal. And that's great. He's now keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak, and it's working out. But it's hard to make sure he gets the chemistry. He's always been a 4-year guy. So it's been a change for him to do it. And it's really an accolade for his coaching that he's been able to do it.
Got to adjust with the times, right? Porter! Splash! Second 3 of the game.
That's Porter, who is a really good three-point shooter. We said it, 41% last year from three-point range. Started the season 1 for 4, but he has really gotten on track this afternoon.
C.J. Kelly trying to respond, rush that shot, it's out of bounds.
That's exactly what you don't want to do. They did that against Yale. The ball was sticking, and you'll see a good pass cross-court to Porter. Good recovery by the UMass Minutemen, but still Porter with that length and extension. Splash.
Third stop, Independence Community College, New York Tech. Sissoko Jawara. Sweet.
He just looks so under control. He's one of those guys that can pull up and stop on a dime and still follow through and have a good release.
Colton Mitchell from fairly nearby Fort Myers, not too far. This neck of the woods, south. Beautiful Gulf Coast city as well.
One more. One more. You got another one. You had Walker wide open at the top.
Buttrick, 4 to shoot, drives in, is fouled, and shoots some free throws.
Be on Overton.
Weber State foul was on 24. J.J. Overton, his third.
3 fouls on JJ. The senior from San Diego having a great night. Leads all scores, both teams 19 points.
So here's what you look at. You got a guy that transfers in from Penn State. He's had a very good start to the year. But now you need him. He was a role player at Penn State. He's got to transition to that leadership role right now as one of the leading scorers on this team. He's got to step up his game. Only has 6 points, as you can see, 4 assists. You got to step it up. He's got to get double digits in scoring for this team to continue to get better and get ready for A-10 play.
Career high 19 points against Penn State in the game you're talking about. 16 of those points came in the second half, when they just blasted the Nittany Lions in Amherst. But you're right, he's a huge factor.
Well, in the second half against UMBC, he had 13 straight points.
Right.
I mean, so he can do it. But this is the mindset. It's a different mindset for a guy that has been a role player for 4 years.
That's a great point. It's a big shift, right? I mean, it goes back to high school. We're talking about 5 years ago when he was the man.
Right. And then you're coming in with all these new people. You got Fernandez and Kelly who are running the show. He's got to do his part, too. The guy that's been quiet, I think, for UMass has been Kelly. He's a guy that's got to step up, too.
9 points, 3 of 7 shooting for Rich Kelly. CJ Kelly, 8 points. 10 to shoot, McEwen. Sisolo Jawara. Crossover. Here's the lefty. Too strong. Chu, nice rebound. Nice stick back.
Alex Chu.
Chu and Carlson have done a very nice job on the inside, cleaning things up and doing a good job when the ball is passed to them. We talked about Rich Kelly. Rich Kelly's not scored here in the second half.
Been really quiet. Buttrick baseline, under 10 on the timer. Look at the defense. No chance for Buttrick. 3 to shoot. CJ Kelly launches. Back iron. Fernandez amongst the trees. Wow, what an effort by Noah Fernandez. That was exemplary.
I tell you, you can say that was an ugly possession, but you can't say they aren't giving everything they have. A lot of effort here. Fernandez underneath the basket, keeping that pivot foot, fighting against 3 guys. You could argue maybe pass it back out, but a smart move, staying with it and getting the foul.
3 fouls on Alex Chu, the freshman center from Cheshire, England. Also international players for Randy Ray, Weber State. Such a blast to talk to Coach Ray about Damian Lillard. Recent Hall of Fame induction. Of course, Damian was there. It's a football game for Weber State. He came. He spends a lot of his summers, Damian Lillard does. NBA superstar, 6-time All-Star in Utah on the Weber State campus in Ogden. I mean, that's amazing. The two are very close, and Damian has a lot of contributions still to Weber State basketball. Buttrick, stick back for 2.
Good possession for the Minutemen, but going back to Coach Ray, that's a testament to him. I mean, he's a guy that helped develop him, keeps in touch, and the fact when your guys come back home, that is a compliment to the program, is a compliment to the coach.
I was so impressed to hear that story yesterday at practice about how close the two are. I mean, he's Damian Lillard. You don't have to, pay it forward anymore, right? But he does. It's pretty cool. Drive to the basket for 2. Absolutely. Fonzie Walker.
Gotta love the fight in Walker. Good defensive play at one end, comes down and scores at the other end. There's no quitting these guys. And yes, it's a 10-point lead, but there's lots of time left.
McEwen thought about a 3. UMass thought he walked.
Great hustle.
Carlson can't find the handle. Kelly can. Here comes UMass. Buttrick. Aggressive blocking foul.
Right now, UMass is getting the 1-2 points. It's not pretty, but they're fighting and they're playing hard, and good things are happening. Right now, you see Walker give it up. Fernandez finds him back. He takes it right to the basket. Uncontested for an easy layup. How about Kelly? Coming out and do a little work.
Now, this guy's versatile.
I think he feels like he's on vacation. Come down here and clean up the sand and the water off the floor.
A man of many vocations.
Yes.
UMass first having a 6-point lead. Weaver State in close control most of the second half. Up 10 now. Budrick trying to change that. Quite, but a long rebound and a fresh 20. Good effort by DeBaji Walker.
I think it would be nice to end this possession after Kelly did all that work on the baseline to get him an open jump shot.
Fernandez hangs and hits.
Noah Fernandez.
It works. It doesn't matter who gets it. Two leaders, Kelly and Fernandez, making an impact here.
He's got 16. Lead is 8. Carlson, two-man game.
Cody Carlson.
See Soho Jawara. What a feed to Cody Carlson for 2.
Beautiful. Left-handed swing pass, gets it inside to the big fella. Weaver State with a two-man game. You'll see a little pick and roll. He slips the screen.
No, it's very early. It's a small sample size. It's only 2 games.
Yep.
Top 10 in the nation in steals per game for Overton. He's getting it done offensively here tonight, too, as you check out the numbers. I mean, that's, top 10.
Yeah.
A lot of teams out there.
And you got to be consistent. Right now, I think UMass has found a little bit of the range. They're trying to figure out what they can do. They're playing hard. You got to get the ball inside that arc. You can't stay out behind it.
Fernandez hoists a 3, hits a 3.
Or maybe you can.
Wow.
As close as they've been in a while.
Noah Fernandez.
That was a bomb. He's got 19. 2 threes tonight. Spin move, steal. Kelly, great hands. Moves down low on Dylan Jones. 10 to shoot. Carlson for Jones. Here's the post up. 5 to shoot. Can't hit. Does on a trip to the free throw line.
That's a strength. Really strong. Going against Kelly. He used his athletic ability and his strength to just take that up against Kelly. There was really no stopping him. It's a big guy. Big and strong.
6'5", 235, freshman from Columbia, South Carolina.
Doesn't look like a freshman, though, does he?
No, he does not. No, he does not. We saw that in practice yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 point, 13 rebounds against Duquesne. After the double-double in the opener against the non-Division I opponent in Western Colorado.
Rondo, that's a good win going into Duquesne. Keith Dambrot always has his teams ready to play. And Duquesne's a solid team, and they went in there and they were down a lot of the games, came back and won. Right now, if they can take down 2 8-10 teams back-to-back, that's a big feather in their cap.
Agree. No question. One a neutral site, one on the road. Important games here. All are. 15 to shoot for Fernandez. Been tremendous tonight. Pump fake. Hangs. Hits again. Wow.
That's a great move by Fernandez in the paint. The reason why he was able to get open was Budrick was down there and occupied 2 guys. After the pick and roll, he just spread his arms and legs. Made a pick.
Jones answers. Nice. Back and forth we go. 9-point game. Rich Kelly and company trying to respond. Walker lost it. Baseline. But Dylan Jones could not corral it. Out of bounds.
Caught a break, but watch Budrick down low. All right, he's got his man, and now he's able to lay the little path for Fernandez to shoot that little floater in the lane.
14 of the timer. Budrick's been quiet. Fernandez has not been. Whoa, way long an air ball. Rebound for Zaire Porter.
Trying to do it himself. He's got to get other guys involved. You're not going to beat this Weaver State team without the other players. Fernandez has got to facilitate, get Budrick in the game, and get Walker involved in the game, too. Walker's got his man posted up. Throw back over top of him.
Quick shot in the possession by Porter. Kelly weaves through traffic. Needs some help. Leans. Blocked. Takeaway Overton. See Soho Jawara. Oh, on the bounce. Beautiful pass to Jones for 2. Sweet dime.
When you're recruiting guys and you're bringing in transfer guys, you got to know their attitude. They have to be unselfish. That was an unselfish play. Sissoko Jawara, beautiful pass. He's had a couple of those.
Takeaway. Things looking really good for Weber State here. To the bucket for two. Kobe McEwen, coast to coast for the deuce.
Got to get a timeout if you're the Minutemen. Still too much time to let them get away, let this game get away from them. 13.
Matt McCall's team's in some trouble here. Down 13, under 5 to go. The three-point shot, anything can happen. UMass got some weapons.
And you got 6 transfers. Sometimes hard to get everybody on the same page. But this is why you play these tournaments, because you want to play high-caliber teams and really figure out where you are and what your identity is.
Porter overplay. Porter to take his foul. What an effort by Zahir Porter. Foul by Walker on the take to the 10.
After the turnover, Walker sprinted back and recovered. I was impressed. He went down there, didn't let Porter have the easy lay-in.
Last foul was on number 35, Abachi Walker.
Walker's third. That is anticipation and film study from a great effort from Porter there.
Been impressed with Porter. You know, we highlighted him to start the game, and maybe that's why he's having such a good game. But you know, we talked about how he struggled shooting the ball from three-point range early in the year. But good three-point shooters, don't worry about it. You know, the old line is shoot till you get hot, shoot till you get cold. That's what Porter does.
He's fearless, no doubt. And clearly Randy Ray's giving him the green light. Gets coupled. 13 for him, 15 for Jones, 13 McEwen, 19 Overton. 4 double-figure scores for the Wildcats tonight.
You know, you can say all you want about how much UMass has to do and this and that and the other thing. They're playing against a very good team in Weber State. I mean, this is a team that will compete for the Big Sky Conference and probably play in the NCAA tournament. That's how good they are.
Fernandes the best, but TJ Weeks Jr. a nice tip in. Weber State will be shooting 77% from the field in the second half. 77.
But that just tells you when you start off the right way, you start off and you get the ball in the paint, it makes the outside shots easier.
Sissoko Jawara free for 3. Extra pass pays off for Weber State. Another steal. Guess who? Porter again. Lobbing! Up and away! The stop for Overton! Alley-oop magic for Weber State. Exclamation point here tonight. Buttrick responds at the end with a 3 for UMass.
It's amazing how good you can be when no one gets credit, and that was a beautiful pass from Porter to Overton.
Randy Ray takes a timeout.
Everything you want if your Weber State is in this play. Good defense. You get the ball out. You don't take it yourself. You give it. You know, I think the most telling thing right now, you look at the points in the paint for Weber State and the points off turnovers. But, you know, this is a team that's shooting 73%. You said that before. Why are they shooting 73%? They have 33 made field goals, 20 assists. 20 assists.
Assisted baskets.
Sharing the ball. 60%
for the game. 70+% second half for Weber State tonight. Been good. So Jawara, 3 to shoot. Step back. The lefty from Spain. Not this time. Defensive rebound for Jones. Crossover. Fernandes is fouled. Overton got him.
Weber State fouls on
his 4th.
J.J. Overton, his 4th, 16th foul.
Not many negatives tonight for Weber State. That's 4 fouls, but the 15-point lead, largely due to the great play of J.J. Overton tonight. Wow, look at that effort. McEwen almost stole the inbounds pass. Fernandes for C.J. Kelly. 3 is short.
It's good cover-up defense because Fernandes was going straight to the basket. Good help defense by the Wildcats.
14 points, 6 boards for Porter. I'm the president tonight, off the bench for Weber State. Use some clock here. Hewitt spins. Not this time.
The defense by Walker. Good rebound. Try to get Walker involved in the offense, too, down at this court. You see, it's really one and done for UMass the second half. They've really struggled.
Trying to get some threes up. Weeks Jr. 10 to shoot for Kelly. C.J. Kelly launches a 3 and hits.
3 for C.J. Kelly.
It's only a 12-point game, but it just seems like Weber State has had their foot on the gas pedal the whole second half.
Agreed. Third double-figure scorer for UMass, joining Buttrick and Fernandez. C.J. Kelly, 3 threes tonight, 5 rebounds, 11 points. Nice overplay. Good recovery by Jones. Hewitt steps back, thinking 3 over Fernandez. Hitting a 3!
3
Bueno from McEwen from deep. Dagger. Third 3. He's got 16. In the final minute. Weeks Jr. answers.
3 for T.J. Weeks.
And he ran about 40 seconds away from win number 298, so he could get his 300th win if he sweeps the field here with 3 victories.
Well, I'll tell you, this is a program. You talk about story programs. And I think Coach Ryan was talking about that yesterday. This Weber State team's won 22 Big Sky championships, 16 NCAA tournaments they've been a part of, you know, and they have the 26th highest winning percentage in college basketball. This is a storied program that each year they have been consistent, and they keep coming back.
4-time Big Sky Coach of the Year. Randy Ray, 5 championships in his great career. Got some Hall of Fame credentials, no doubt. 8 times he's won 20-plus games. Guy named Damian Lillard on his team in 2012-2013, he won a career-high 30 games. Pretty good to have that. Dame time.
Yeah, and I think you can look at it 2 ways. What came first, the chicken or the egg? You know, there's a reason why Lillard comes back. I mean, he has learned a lot from Coach Ray. One of those programs where, you know, you just want to come back and be around. And I think that's important. That's probably the best recruiting tool that he can use. But, you know, NBA All-Star Hall of Famers coming back to play on campus.
Lillard, a 6-time All-Star. That ties Clyde Drexler for the most All-Star berths in Blazers team history. And in a recent game when Portland was playing in Salt Lake against the Jazz, he brought his teammates up to go hang out. I mean, he's there in the summertime playing with these guys. That's just amazing.
Well, they talk culture in college basketball. That gives you culture, character, all the things you want. And I think he's able to do it. He says, we will not recruit bums. We're going to recruit guys that we know about. We have to know who they are, and we have to be referred to them by other people.
This one's going to be over here. Ball State of the MAC. FIU Conference USA is coming up next. Third and final game. And the Jersey Mike's Classic from here in St. Pete goes to Weber State, off to a 3-0 start. UMass falls to 2-2 after beating Penn State in the Big Ten in their last game. 88-73.